Just curious. So you're saying you chose data engineering because of the competition. Assuming many people get into data engineering, you'll now choose another one, or you will stick to that and become 15. You get to the 15 years of experience, or you'll choose another field that has fewer people. Which is a better option?
For me, I think I'll stay in data engineering for a while. I don't know. I can't put a number in it, but I will stick there for a while. But okay, if you know, I also love interchanging data engineering with analytical engineering. So
yeah, you've already said
it's a field that I try to be in between. So I might move to analytical engineering.
Okay, so hello everyone. I hope you're well. So welcome to another episode of Global Tech Sellers. My name is Kilonzi and I'll be one of the hosts for this episode. First of all, Happy New Year. I know it's 20th. It's 20th when people are still saying Happy New Year, so I guess can still say it, right? Yeah. So for this episode, I'm joined with Diana, who is co-founder at Global Tech Sellers. And we're also joined by very important guest. So as you already know, we are doing this series called Breaking Into series, where we explore different career paths into tech. And one of them is data science. We haven't covered anything to do with data science, data engineering. So that's what we bring to you today. And I mean, I don't want to do a disservice to our guest, but he's a big shot, if you might say. In this space, he's doing data engineering, data science. He runs a whole data science bootcamp. I mean, I think if you're into tech, East Africa even, you would definitely get to know him here. So maybe let me just give him a chance to introduce himself. Please go ahead.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
But let me first start by correcting you. Not a big shot. There are big shots out there. I'm just a simple techie, just getting started. So I hope there is much more to come.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Harun.
This is humility. Learn, please.
No, it's just talking the truth. Yeah. I'm Harun, as you have said. Some will call me Mwenda, others Mbaabu, but Harun works for me. I'm a data engineer currently working with NCBA Bank. I recently joined as a data engineer. My previous experience is in different roles, including data engineering previously, data science, and software engineering and DevRel a while back. Also, before this, I was heading a AI department at Geni Labs. So basically, that's my small experience, or I don't know the best name to use it. So when I tell you I'm a small shot, I am.
Okay.
Humility is a virtue, guys. We should all be humble.
Just talking the truth.
Okay, done.
Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to our first episode of 2024. It might not be the first one to air, but it is the first time we shoot this year. So Happy New Year. I'm wishing you all the best. On to our discussion. Maybe our guest will tell us how he started out. We'll take you back to where it all started. What intrigued you to start or to get into data science, or anything to do with data that you have been doing?
Okay, so as I shared recently, I didn't start my career in data.
Okay.
I started in software engineering, where I don't want to go back to the story that I shared with another person.
Don't worry, our audience is fresh. Please start.
Okay.
Start.
So the point of I was in campus doing mathematics and computer science 2017 to 2021, and in between we came across web development in campus, which intrigued me, and then later an experience happened to me which I saw it twice to channel all my pain into doing the software engineering, the web development. So I became a front-end and a full-stack engineer for a start. Then later, since I was doing mathematics and computer science, there was very many logics in mathematics and statistics that we are covering. I asked myself now, in tech, where can we apply it? And I came across data and data science. So I'm still researching. And from there, I started training. I started helping people learn data science. And that is how I usually do it. And that I think one of the best approach. When I want to learn a new technology, I look for 5-10 people. I try to teach them when I'm learning. So I have to go research and come and teach them. So that was one of the best way I have been able to learn and move very fast. But software engineering was intrigued by necessity, where you are in campus, you don't know what you do after campus. Then the data part is wondering, you're in campus doing mathematics and computer science. It was still new to me. And I thought I would be a teacher. I said that area. So I thought I would be a teacher after that, mathematics and computer studies. Then I came across a web-paying career called data. And I decided now to venture into it.
Okay.
Nice. I think last week, I don't know if everyone saw, but we did an episode of computer science degrees and versus boot camps and self-taught career paths, and it was one of those things that, I mean, people don't want to talk about it. We received a bit of backlash from there, but I think it's also one of the things that we talked about was how someone can start out in computer science and get into different parts within computer science and still discover even more, because I think it's also inspiring how you've been able to maybe transition from software engineering, combine it with data, learn by doing and teaching other people. It's inspiring. Please, we're inspired. I think also then my next question then would be, if you were to explain now, since this episode is about breaking into data science, if you were to explain that, what does that entail? Data science, data engineering, all that jargon around data. Please tell us.
It depends with where you are. So
okay, explain it to me as a 5-year-old.
Okay. Data science. Data science is broad. Not the last time I was asked that question. I don't remember. But I would say data science, I would describe it as a way of driving insight and trying to use data to make decisions. It's a broad field. For me, being a data engineer, I try to break it in different fields. Okay. There is the part of the data analyst, there is the data engineering, there is machine learning, there is ML ops, the people who deploy the model, there is machine learning, I said that. There is analytical engineer, or analytical engineering, among others. People develop the data, people collect data. So it depends with, as I said, where you are. Some companies have a structured way of working around it. Others, you might join as a AI engineer, but you're doing everything. You might join as a data scientist and you're doing everything. From everything, I mean from defining the, sitting with the client or the business to understand what they want to do with the data or the problem that they want to solve, collecting the data, analyzing the data and making sure it's in a clean format, identifying the tools and technologies that you use, maybe for visualization, maybe for building the models, then sitting down and deploying that model. For example, if you had an app that was selling books locally, and then it has a recommendation system, how now do I integrate the model that recommends people the book to read in the website? So in a website, you're looking for a book, maybe you're looking at data engineering fundamentals by Lins. So if you get to that book, they know there is a specific book that someone reading this book will want. For example, if you are reading data engineering fundamentals, you might also need to read something like Kafka. So they prompt you for a Kafka book, they prompt you for maybe a Python book.
Okay.
So how does all that be integrated in the platform? There are platforms that does the same. Amazon, I think the major one there. You order a book, they even give you a catalog for 3 books at a cheaper price. So how you integrate the model, that's where I was. It comes in that part, because most of the guys know I built my model, I leave it in the notebook. What else from there? As a business person who doesn't understand data science, or person who doesn't know even what notebooks are now, you're bringing for me a model that can predict when I enter value, so it won't be of business value. From there, you do the deployment. Now that was the whole part. Then you move to the next step of from there you do the maintenance and make validation, like making sure that your model is making the correct decisions. So basically that the whole process, and the process can be divided into different parts, where the data scientists come in the part of building the model. Now, depending on the organization, how it's divided. For other part, like moving the data from maybe the sources to the data analyst and the business, now that's where data engineering would come. And also organization breaks down the model building into someone called machine learning engineer. So it's a whole big field that you can join. If you join a startup which is under-resourced, then you have to work
you do almost
various.
everything.
If you join a big organization that is everything is well outlined,
then you have
if you're a data engineer, you leave what data scientists do. If you're a data engineer, you leave what analysts do. If you're a machine learning engineer, you don't concern with what data engineer do. You just need the data to build the model. So basically, it all depends with where you are. That was the best way I could put it.
Okay.
That is very well explained. And I'm thinking, what is your expertise or specialization? What have you really specialized in? Because I don't think you are doing all that, or are you doing all that? And if you are specialized in what was your what prompted you to choose in whatever you are doing at the moment?
So talking about specialization in my field, I can do a few things, but my major thing for me is data engineering.
Okay.
What intrigued me, what I usually do is try to start where there is no big competition.
Okay.
It's a good way of moving very fast. This is my point. Like there are fewer data engineers compared to data scientists and software engineers. So if you do your research and see like there is the demand for data engineers is quite higher than and the supply is lower, you try to be there to make sure that you stand out. At least even if they won't take you, they will get a chance to interview because they are not getting the best talent. Now, if you look at data science right now, it has been there for 14 years. And I'm talking about Kenya, like mainly 14 years, right? Data engineering has been there maybe from 2014, something like that. Okay, so if you look at it, you get someone with 14 years of experience in data science, and before that, maybe he or she was doing something related to data like analysis. So you get someone who is well equipped with it, right?
Yes.
And with that years of experience. So when you said your resume with your 5 years of experience and again someone with 14, then it becomes another I won't say. But moving to data engineering now, you meet like there are fewer data engineers. So when you apply, probability of being interviewed equal. So I prefer doing that. There is another field, like also I imagine between is analytical engineering, which is was developed by DBT, like definition. But it has been there. But I don't know. Have you heard of an analytical engineer specifically using that topic? So you get like really a few, but companies are still looking for those people. So you try to be that person so that when they are looking, you are there available among the 10 or the 15 or the 30 that are there compared to the 30,000 that we have in software engineering. So It's just a way of looking at what is available and what is in demand and how supply is low. So for me, I chose data engineering from data science to make sure that there was that demand for data engineers, but a lower demand. So I tend to be there.
Just curious. So you're saying you chose data engineering because of the competition. Assuming many people get into data engineering, you'll now choose another one, or you will stick to that and become 15. You get to the 15 years of experience, or you'll choose another field that has fewer people, which is a better option.
For me, I think I'll stay in data engineering for a while. I don't know. I can't put a number in it, but I will stick there for a while. But okay, if you know, I also love interchanging data engineering with analytical engineering. So
yeah, you've already said
it's
that.
a field that I try to be in between. So I might move to analytical engineering, but I'm not
Then
saying
we all
I'm
come
down.
flocking to analytical engineering, and now
where do you
everyone else has
No. There is this part where people are told, like, don't do something because someone else is doing.
Yeah.
Maybe my way of doing things
Different.
is different from what is vision for you.
Please, our audience are really looking up to you. We all want to come into data engineering.
But look at it this way, like, don't you know someone doing the same thing? Maybe even they started or completed campus before you.
Yes.
They were way before you,
Yes.
but they are not doing whatever you're doing right now.
Yes.
They think they look up to you. So their vision or their success is not your success. And
That's true. That's
it's
true.
different. Never do something because someone else didn't excel in it.
Yeah.
At least there can be a slight motivation, but don't let
Everything
it to
else
be
has to come from
a major
within.
motivation. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. But now, still within the same conversation, I was wondering, what are some of the specific skills or skill set do I need for me to maybe thrive in data engineering or analytical engineering? Skills, certifications, anything that might help.
Should I start with data science?
Sure.
Data science just master data and different data concepts. Then the models and the whole process, what data science is. When you know that, you'll be able to move very fast. Then if you're in a position, make sure that you understand Python the way you understand your native language, your mother tongue. If you know in and out of Python, then building any model will be easy. Why am I saying this? You might get any code for any model right now on ChatGPT or any other AI model, which is easiest to do right now. But if you don't understand which model works best for this data, then you'll be in mess, like you won't be able to move. So understanding Python and understanding like the type of data that where you came from. And also when you take time, just make sure that you master mathematics and statistics, like concept well. And then like how to improve the models. Like people might build a model, then you can use stochastic gradient to like improve your model. So just learn in between the statistical terms, how to improve the statistical models, which data requires machine learning models, which data doesn't require machine. You can just analyze and do configuration with statistics. So that's the first part of data science, like learning Python. I think is the best thing that you can do to yourself as a data scientist. Yeah. You can understand SQL depending on where you're working, but I think SQL is more important for data analysts and data engineers. But if you're in a position to understand, just understand. Also, if you're in a position, just run cloud services as a data scientist and different platforms that offer the computing power that you need for your models. Then moving to data engineering now, where the scope broadens. You need, like, people define it as software engineer. It's a software engineer who understands data science, and you match the two. So you need the skills of knowing how to build system development from data science, skills of building the models. So the skills that you need is Python again, SQL, but SQL more. Then you come to moving the data cloud services. There are different platforms comes in between depending on what what skills or what services you have in your organization. For some organization, process data in batches, so you need tools like Spark and Airflow, Apache Airflow. Sometimes you can even write Python script to perform that, or SQL. Then from there, if they are doing streaming, like where they do the analytics in real time, okay, I've seen several platforms that does that. You need platforms like Apache Flink, Apache Kafka, also Spark has a streaming capability, so you need such tools. Then for the storage, you need the cloud services. Now there is where you come in deeper. And as I said yesterday on a tweet replying to someone, like understanding cloud service is just understanding the fundamentals of cloud computing. Then from there you can adapt from any provider of your choice, because I think from there they all have, like, if you're coming from maybe Kafka or Airflow, they all provide managed Airflow. So what differs from them, I think, is just the tool. If you come to like AWS or you meet, like, they have a platform for storage like S3 or Redshift. When you move to what is it called, Microsoft Azure, you meet, they have their data factory, and they have data Azure Bob, like, for storing data. So we all have those capabilities all crowns. What differs is the name and slightly a little about the infrastructure. Then from there on, data engineering is understanding how to build ETFs that you use Python and SQL. You'll also need modern tools. So the list is really large. If I mention a few, I can talk about DBT. I can talk about okay, let me leave the list there.
Yes, but clearly, I mean, from what I'm picking from that, really, I think data science, data engineering, you need, like, there are fundamentals. Like, I've heard you mention Python in both. I've heard you mention SQL. I've heard you mention cloud computing and the different storage and data streaming tools. Yeah, so usually one of the things that you get to realize in tech is there's always a new tool, there's always a new platform, there's always a new resource that people are hyping, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say? Should I move with one? Should I move with two? Or should I jump on to the next one?
Okay, let me get this right. You mean like there are new tools that are being used?
Yes, there are always new tools coming into.
And this tool does the same or whatever the other tool is doing.
Yes.
But maybe it's optimized a little bit. So should I...
Or has better marketing budget?
Should I... Okay. Should I move? Or should I just remain in what I am? I would talk to this about what I could do personally. I could make sure that if the tool is overhyped and everyone is talking about it, I would try to make sure that I understand the tool and even try to do a side project. I wouldn't introduce it to my organization or anyone. I would try to make sure that I understand that tool. At least there might be someone coming for a freelance gig or something in the tool, but if I don't know, I will lose the gig. But understanding the tool, I will make sure that I do that. I wouldn't focus much time. If it was the working, I would make sure that I'm working the way I'm supposed to work. But spend some time learning the tool, understanding the tool, where can it be implemented? Can it even help in one of the processes that we have in the process that we have, or the infrastructure that we have? But for me, my advice is make sure that you're aware about the tool. But don't spend much time unless it's necessary, completely necessary. Don't spend a lot of time on it. Just do what you do. Don't rate the hype. If you are the people who are driven by the hype, let me tell you, like, stagnation is real. You meet, you're moving. Like today, you're learning something to do with maybe fine-tuning the GPT models. The next day you meet, you're learning something to do with data streaming. Someone came with a better idea of how to process data. You meet, you jumped. So whatever you remembered about fine-tuning the model is how you connect the Python or the Python package. Then you did a simple hello world. You meet, you're doing a hello world. Yeah. You meet you're doing a hello world with airflow. So you are that giant who knows 15 hello world.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Sorry.
I think it's a specialization. For me, if you have to spend more time on fundamentals. That things that doesn't change, like mathematics. Today, if we are defining any data, or we are saying 15 plus 15, it's equals to that. Even our children or children for our children will always know 15 plus 15 is equals to that. If you know a statistical model, it will always be what it is. So if you have to spend more time spend on fundamentals, then from there, move. Now you can move wherever you want, but make sure that you don't stagnate.
Okay.
I think what I'm getting from you is you can stay curious as always. That is standard in tech. Stay curious, but also have a stand, like have something that you are very good at doing. Then now you can easily navigate into other languages that are coming up, other tools that are coming up, but at least have something that you can really tell someone, I'm good at this and this and this.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
So I wanted to ask something. Now that you have the experience, you have done data science, data analytics, now you're a data engineer. What if you were to go back and start reading, start getting interested in these topics, what is the roadmap that you could take for someone who is starting out? Should they start with Python, statistics, analytics? What?
Oh, in data.
So if you could learn data engineering all over again, how would you go?
Yeah.
I would start with the basics, understanding the field. Like, who is a data engineer? Ask myself that question, what they do. How do they differ from other fields? And how do they differ from the processes that a company wants to achieve? Then from there, I move to understanding the tools. For me, I think this is not well emphasized, but the use of SQL, I don't know, Gen Z and us
SQL, SQL.
we have that problem of definition. So you can call it the way you want, but I think SQL, the emphasis on SQL or SQL is not well emphasized, like how important it is. Like most people think it's just select. Most people think it's just the subqueries. Yeah, you get to stored procedures, you get to
triggers,
writing CTs. Yeah. So I think understanding SQL would be my first reading that I would do. So I would make sure that I understand SQL and Python the way I know my native language. I said that again. This will help you adapting. Because you may try a tool like DBT uses SQL and it uses CT mainly. So if I don't understand SQL, I will have to go back, learn CT and come back. But you Frank, icon this SQL part. So you write another SQL. So you meet you're using these tools. Spark, PY Spark uses the SQL like syntax. It has it inbuilt. So you may try you're using it too much, and if you don't understand it, you struggle and say how these tools are hand, but you're the one who doesn't understand the fundamentals of using those tools. So I think that would be my next move. Then depending, I move now with the data engineering. I understood data engineering, and if I would give a definition, it's just moving data from one source to another, making sure that it is available for the analytics team and also for the management team whenever they want to use that data. So moving data. So where am I even moving data from? I understand the databases. Then from the databases is the other storages like data lake, data warehouse, and the companies that are using the lakehouse architecture, where they move the data and the processes that are there. So I would try to understand which platforms provide those services. You can talk about the AWS, they have their services. So you come to the cloud computing and understand which provider provides those services. Then after understanding that is the processes of using Git, so you can collaborate with others. And then you move to the Linux part. You run a lot of command. You are like a backend engineer, so you have to understand the Linux part. So that's something else I would put on my emphasis. And then I would spend more time specializing on one thing than moving here and there. And also I would love like to keep just one company for a long time, just to understand one system so much. I think it comes with its benefit.
Okay.
Nice. I could also go back and learn also. I think that's well articulated, especially for someone who's looking to start, and also for someone who's looking to maybe branch into data engineering. And also
Actually,
just
I was telling someone like if I knew there is data engineering 2018 when I was starting or moving from software to data engineering, I wouldn't move to data
So you
science.
can move straight to data
Oh
engineering.
yeah,
can
see,
get
as
to
long
learn.
as you understand SQL, the Python, and actually the
I was
fundamentals of data
I was
management.
building Flask and Django and SQL
Yeah.
apps, so it was easy.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I think that makes so much sense, because I've also realized that when it comes to back-end engineering, until you understand the basics of databases, you actually never hack it. Yeah. Also, we are really running out of time for this episode, but we are learning so much from you. I think one of the things that would be a disservice if we don't talk about, since you're here, Harun, is Lux Academy and your work there, and also your role in community building. I think everyone in the tech space in Kenya would definitely know you from that. And just maybe tell our audience and the people maybe want more information about it and what you guys do there.
Oh, what do they do there, you mean? I don't run Lux anymore. It's run by Daisy and John, Grace, and Hope. So they are the people taking charge. Daisy is in charge of all. John manages Lux most. Then Hope and Grace manages Data Science East Africa. Yeah, I started the community, but I felt the need of giving it forward to other people to learn it. But what we do mainly, we are known about data because I was so vocal when I was there. But things will change, things are changing. So they talk about different fields. Okay. From robotics to software engineering to data to DevRel and everything. But what we are doing there, or what was the main aim of developing the community, is just to provide a space where someone can learn from the peers and the peers can help each other. Like, let's say you know something about Python, and then there are 50 or 100 people want to learn Python. So we organized a meetup, at least 2 course where you can come and teach. So we try to make the education for tech at least available, or at least as much affordable as we can. We have said that much and much again. We are trying to make sure that anyone interested in knowing tech or understanding tech has an avenue of knowing. Yeah, basically, and we organize meetups like next month on 17th, we have a sort of hackathon meetup where you come and build. So what you are doing is come and build a product. You have to build a product end to end, and you have to make the product. We are defining the tools for you and also the problems. Like one of them is the house price prediction. We are thinking of having this platform where you can come in that platform, like someone can scrap the whole data for the house listing platforms that are there in Kenya. Then we aggregate that data somewhere. Then from there we can group the data. There is the Lavington, the Karen, the Kiambu Road, the Thika Road. And then when you're looking for a house, you can know where there is a vacant. From that data you can query. I think it will attract some traffic for someone who builds that platform, and until some people also feel the need of coming and like listing the apartment or any like house opening in your platform. So
smart.
So that's one of the projects that we're pushing. The other one is understanding the YouTube grow. Like there is the YouTube API. We'll ask someone to like channel and understand which YouTube channel is growing. Maybe those are some of the problems. Others we will ask them to come up with them, but we are planning to have 5 defined, and then the rest they can develop on their own.
Is the hackathon open to everyone? Beginners, seniors, anyone?
Yeah, it's open. But
do I need to be in data?
Nope. You can come and
Okay.
like let me tell you this. Like let's say that the house price prediction that I'm telling you in the listing of where there is an opening, there is like an empty, a vacant house. Like that platform will need someone to work on backend, someone to polish their UI, so you can come look at this team. It's doing the like the house, or maybe this the team that is doing the YouTube like analytics, and then you help them polish the UI, you help them polish the database, you help them polish maybe the backend API. So
nice.
It's open to anyone.
Dana, we have a date 17th.
Oh, you have to pay for your food. They didn't mention that.
How much? 500.
500.
500. That's not a problem. So we are definitely coming around. We're definitely coming around. It's 17th of February. New hackathon. Please make sure that you show up there. And we did another episode actually on tech hackathons, and where we had two of Michael Munavu and Kimutai. They are one of the best people we've met in this industry. Michael was actually my mentee at Moringa at some point, and they've been winning hackathons. So like they've won almost 1 million shillings, like in combination. And yeah, please check that episode out as you prepare to go to Lux Academy's Tech Hackathon on 17th of February. And thank you for supporting Global Tech Sailors as well while you do it, while they do the YouTube crawling to find out if we've gotten to the if we are the best YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can appear on the analytics, please.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but Harun, we are so grateful to have you here. And thank you for your insights on data engineering, data science, and all the work that you're doing in the community as well. Very grateful. Guys, we are shooting at... You definitely woke up before 7, so please, thank you for the sacrifice.
We appreciate that.
Yes, we appreciate Sana.
Okay.
I'll come and improve.
Any parting shot?
I'll come and improve my Nyumbani app.
Yes.
Hackathon.
Yes, maybe you should.
Yeah, I
Nyumbani
should.
app?
Yeah,
What is it
it's
about?
for rentals.
Yes.
Now imagine someone builds with data and you're boom.
Yes.
Anyway, you can come and look at people building
Side by
something
him
similar.
and see if you can get through the back door of the hackathon.
Just
No, I don't need to get through
yeah,
the
you
back.
don't. Just
you
come,
don't.
interact with others. You meet people who are
Yeah.
very brilliant with their ideas.
Yeah.
I worked with one who is very brilliant actually with those, like how you can recommend houses, how you can use maybe GPT models to explain to people things. You know, like if you ask ChatGPT what is the average price for a house in Kilimani or Thika Road, they probably will be long. But if you train the model
Yes.
with the data you have collected, they can be more.
Definitely at a better place.
Yeah, so yeah. And again, like don't get the pressure of where I see people telling others to just no. I think there is a hype of training your models from scratch.
Yeah.
It looks like it's an achievement. Well, the services already exist, so just use
So
whatever
another
is
cheat, but
available.
we won't talk
Yeah.
about it here.
Okay.
Yeah, the parting shot part.
Yes,
Oh.
please.
Ooh, what would I say? Parting shot. I can talk a lot, so I will just make it less than 2 minutes. No, whatever you want to do, like always be sure whatever you're doing interests you. For me, I was telling someone, find whatever interests you. Can it be software engineering, data analytics, engineering, machine learning, or data science, whatever you do, backend, mobile application development, find something that you want to do. Then do it for a long time and make sure that you stand out. Like I was looking at this and I was asking someone, like, show me someone who has, like, okay, people talk. I can tell you I'm a Python developer, but CG.
Yeah.
I'm
have
an
nothing
Azure
to show for
basics too,
it.
right? But look for someone who knows whatever he's talking about perfectly. Like you're talking about someone who knows in and out of whatever they are doing. They have built project which he can come or she can come and tell you, I built this project. Here I was doing this. I implemented this algorithm to move data from here and here. Now look for someone who knows whatever he is doing or she doing very much, who is jobless, and let me know if you find one.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those who are skilled because they say they are skilled. I'm saying someone because they have put work in it. So get something that you love doing, do it for a long time, and make sure that you perfect it so much. Then it will pay, or you'll be successful in it. Those people you admire a lot, not like they woke up knowing whatever they know, not like they woke up like handing what they hand. It's just a progressive process where you start with a small amount.
Especially that one.
Yeah. Like sometimes even you get discouraged because you do something and what wanna compete you, like they don't pay and you feel bad. So I think the point is get something you love. Don't be discouraged or moved by the hype. Do it for a long time and make sure that you stand out as the best person in what you do. Like do it as much as you can. Always again, I know it's this and it's hard for people, especially in tech. It was even hard for me when I was starting. I was doing tech even before joining Twitter and talking about what I was doing. But if you're able to talk about what you're doing, just do. You don't never know where your recruiter is.
That's true.
And the other thing, if you understand you're good at what you're doing now, you can start cold emailing people. Don't be afraid of begging for a job. Just write for them, tell them you're open. I did a trial implementation of whatever you did here. I think it's faster and you can decorate it the way I did. I think your UI sucks and this is how I did the upgrade. You can try to do it, but again, make sure that you're polite so that don't get blocked and never get an email from that company again. That's my point, and make sure that you're reading, growing, and researching. That is all what matters. Otherwise, people will come and replace you if you're not upgrading yourself. Okay, yeah, we have seen with phones, like you have a 14 Pro, someone brought 15, and yeah, again, which is the last thing that I would say. Just, I think that's all. And help others, I think. There is always a special blessing that comes with helping others. I know that. And as much as we believe in ourselves also, we can try to work under. Don't get discouraged by imposter syndrome. Apply for that opening. Send that code email. Tell them you're looking for a job. Don't be afraid of that. Maybe you'll get by grace.
I agree with you. Be the best that you can. I was watching a podcast called Financially Incorrect. I'm not sure if you know about it, but it just brings individuals and they talk about their journey. And I was listening to Bright Gameli's journey. I think everyone's success is just consistency and just being great at what you do. So do you have a part in short?
Subscribe to Global Tech Sellers on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. We are found everywhere, and anywhere that you get your podcast from. Please plug someone for this podcast, and let this year be the year that we make it. Yes.
You will.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.